All right, holding this. It's damn near midnight, but I just came up with this spread that I modified. So I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna do it on a collective format, resonance only. I don't care about what you believe in, just like you shouldn't care about what I believe in. And if it offends you, the first question you have to ask is, why are you in here? You can't say me when you can't even say yourself. So go on about your business. So this is based off of the pentagram picture I put up a little while ago. It's based off of the elemental pentagram with a twist from, I guess, what you could call a traditional pentagram reading. So it's 11 cards total. So let's see how this goes. And again, this is my perspective on what's going on with the collective. When you hear me say the collective, that means everybody. Your mom, your dog, your cat, your rat, the whole nine. This is everybody. If it don't resonate, you don't have to, you don't have to buy into it. So the first thing is the significator. Basically, this is what's going on. And as I said, this is for the collective. So what's going on with the collective? And just for shits and giggles, let's shuffle a little bit more. And what's going on with the collective? The old school hermit card. This is the king of earth. Just trying to overcome. 3 and 0. If you follow me for a while, I told you a long time ago. 3 basically boils down to your thoughts. Everything in this realm is ran by your thought. And 0 represents the source, but in this realm, 0 represents the fool. Your thoughts can fool you. Your thoughts can fool you and have you trying to overcome some shit. Why? Because of this goal here. This goal here of making it to the mountaintop to where you can find some rest. That in itself denotes a spiritual journey. If you have to go somewhere to get somewhere else to find peace, you're already on a mission. My contrarian way of thinking has always been presented in, why not find peace within myself to find out why I even need to go on a journey? If you can't get on that level of thinking, you gotta let your life tell your tale. If that offends you, or if that can't be that way, then another saying I always had was, life remains hard until you allow it to become easy. If you keep on coming over the shit, you will have shit to overcome. It's that simple. If you want to honor that vibrations are how this universe works, 0 has to come before 3. Because if 3 come before 0, you already enslaved. That thought that comes before you will have you chasing. So the significance for this reading is, what are you coming over to? What are you trying to overcome? Case in point for the collective, we're trying to overcome this ideology that we are not enough for ourselves, and you have to buy into belief systems or governments and ideologies and practices that show you more from others so that you feel safe about seeing more in yourself. You understand that? This realm basically runs on a enslavement system. You are under something or somebody on almost all levels. That's not a good spot to be. That's an abusive relationship. If you are already not the star in your own show, the fuck are you doing? So getting into the reading itself. In the elemental pentagram, you have spirit at top. So we'll start with spirit. Spirit, again, this is 11 cards. So let's just throw the cards for spirit. Spirit, the first card. We started out with 30. Here's 29. You're already going one step backwards. You were trying to overcome something, but you have already approached it with uncertainty. You don't know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, you're going to need something to guide you. The problem is, go back to the first card. What's guiding you? The ruling thought. The ruling thought. You can do that throughout history. You can do that as close to as 4 years ago. You understand? During COVID, where we were taking doctrine from people who we couldn't trust, but because you had so much fear that you couldn't trust yourself, you trusted who you knew you couldn't trust. You get it? I don't trust me, so they's gonna tell me how to save me. The same people who already been getting you killed. So you already fucked up. 2 and 9. You already connected to 9. 2 is connection, 9 is control. You already connected to what's got you under control. And if you're already connected to what's got you under control, they'll keep telling you how to overcome by consistently making you come over to it. Holy shit, false flags. Moving on from spirit, we getting over to water. Water, where your energy has already been used for creation. Your energy has already been used for creation. All they got to do is get you angry enough or get you agitated enough. This is the element of fire. This is your energy. 23. You're connected to what the thought already told you. If you're following it, the thought already told you what to connect to, and now you're giving your energy to what the thought told you to connect to, and it's burning you. So that is the element of water. And again, I'll go back around. This is the core part of the pentagram. From there, you go to the actual element of fire, which is supposed to be your energy, which is getting used as the foreground for creation. You're already enslaved. That too tells you what you are. What you're connected to will 7 tell you who you are. Remember, I tell you 7, self-awareness. Basically, this whole month, every time you say 7, every time you see the number 7, you should say I am. If I am connected to something that already has me enslaved, it already told you the truth. We can walk this show backwards at this point. You're already enslaved to what's got you burnt because of the uncertainty of yourself will have you following and trying to overcome that which is already killing you. This will offend some of you, but you'll be the fuck all right. Cue in Martin Luther King Jr. No disrespect to him or anybody who is one of his fervent followers or whatever, but if you did your research, you will understand he had handlers. He had people who he thought were on his side and going to aid him in his quest for integration, but those that was aiding him for his quest to integration were only integrating us in a level that kept them above us. Do your research. So if you're getting information from your enemy that's portraying himself as your friend, and you're giving your enemies that you think is your friends information to your friends, at some point you become your friend's enemy. Shh. So go to element of earth, where you're already grounded. Your energy is supposed to keep you grounded. Unfortunately, as in the example I just gave you about taking doctrine from somebody who never meant you any good in the first place, they'll keep you grounded, all right? They'll keep your energy trapped. You understand that? If I take 2 wires and touch them together, bzz, they get shorted out. The element of earth is supposed to have you grounded where you're balanced and you're able to see shit for what it is. We live in a paradigm in the element of earth where we're grounded out. We out here searching for our power by worshiping things that we don't have any fucking understanding about unless you read it in a book written by another man who didn't understand it, who lied about where they got it from, or even if they didn't lie about where they got it from, they're only telling you what they know from their perspective of experience. And a crazy person can be right twice a day, just like a broken clock. You understand that? Somebody can get high and have a fantastic experience and learn a truth that is a truth for them, but does that mean it's a truth for you? The answer is yeah, if you don't have one for your own. If you don't know your own truth, you become a part of somebody else's lie. Holy shit, they'll ground you out. They'll ground you out. Why? Hello, Shun. If you don't see yourself, you'll get shown what to see by whoever's communicating with you with the proper thought. Remember, we started with a 3. That thought will have you overcoming to whatever that thought is making you see. If you don't know anything about the Orisho Shun, she focuses on reflection. Reflection and seeing things that are on her level and worthy of her energy. Some of y'all would do well to learn that. Don't just keep getting out here spewing what you've been taught to know because you ain't worthy of your own energy. So now you find trying to find something else to attach to, which is really just a reflection of your own self. If you don't love yourself wholly, you will attach yourself to something else trying to fill them holes. But you've already lost your energy twice. So from there, the element of earth, you go to the element of air. The element of air is your thoughts itself. Notice in this pentagram here, air came out last. Why? Because it already showed you everything you see. So the element of air in this format right here is just basically telling you what to think. The illusion of separation, justification. It's telling you everything that you need to do wrong so that it can teach you how to do things right. That'll confuse some of you, but you'll be all right. You ever had to tell somebody something because you know they're not going to listen, but you told them something that you knew that was going to force them to have to see shit for themselves? Almost like setting them up. Well, that motherfucker he ain't gonna listen to me, or she ain't gonna listen to me. I'm gonna tell you, I already know her man or her boy or whatever the case may be over there cheating. But I'm not gonna tell her that because she ain't gonna trust me. I'm just going to set it up to where she sees it for herself. Some of y'all done did that. Don't lie to me. So if you can't teach somebody what they're doing wrong, you might have to show them the wrongdoings so they see it for themselves. The problem with that is we live in a realm of people who have no accountability and responsibility to their own thoughts. So even when you show people what they're doing wrong, they ain't gonna see it because they've already invested in that thought that they have to keep coming over to as what's gonna be their Lord and Savior. Oops. So getting into the pentagram part of the reading, this is where the pentagram tarot spread comes in, and it basically says back over the spirit where you were already existing in uncertainty. This is your true self. You're already a victim. You're the 8 in reverse. You in the strength card. You've lost your strength. You lost your strength because you didn't have your certainty. Well, what's outside? I don't know. But why are you going outside? I don't know. That's uncertainty. What's outside? Danger. Why are you going outside? I'm not. Or what's outside? Danger. Why are you going outside? Because I want to see what danger feel like. Still a choice. But at least you knew what the choices was. So moving on to there, we go back over to water. Only this time on the pentagram reading, whereas water represented fire, the shit that's burning you, the pentagram reading ties you into earth, the same stuff that's supposed to be grounding you. The element of air. You were supposed to be apathetic. I'm sorry, element of water. This is the water. What's supposed to be grounding you is the shit. What's supposed to be grounding you is getting away from the shit that's drowning you. This is the element of water. You're supposed to be apathetic to your emotions. And this is not be a robot. This is being aware of the energy that always keeps making me move. What's the energy that always keeps making you move? Your thoughts. So from there you go to fire. Fire takes you into air. Your influences. The shit that got you distracted. This is the siren. This is the queen of waters. If you are distracted by the voices in your head, because the voices in your head, your thoughts, aren't for you, but you more for them than they are for you, you're a willing slave. Holy shit. You're a willing slave. You're already distracted to your own enslavement, and you'll fight tooth and nail not to be free. Shh. Going over to element earth, where you were supposed to be the empress, the thought itself. You were supposed to be grounded out by the thoughts itself. You've already been knocked out by the way you think, which in this reading translates into fire. You already been burnt by the way you think. You already been burnt by the way you think. Emotional. La Luna. You've given your energy into everything that potentially puts you in struggle, and if everything potentially puts you in struggle, you'll never get free. If everything around you potentially puts you in struggle, you'll never have time to sit still because you'll always perceive everything else to be a battle. And the last card, which takes you into the element of air, where you've already been introduced into the illusion of separation by paying attention more into the things that are going wrong than yourself as the source of why shit don't go right. You get the element of water. Shit don't go right. Creation and intuition, because you keep making more room for it. You keep making more room for it. You make more room for them thoughts because you've ignored yourself. You are your own issue. You are your own issue. You are your own trick. You are your own fool. Wholeness.